Our next guest is a very talented actress you know from shows like Saturday Night Live and Odd Mom Out. She stars in FX's The Bear. The third season is streaming now on Hulu. Let's take a look.
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah, focused. You?
Great, good, fine.
Do you want to pick one?
It's not great 8 a.m. stuff.
All right, you got me.
I'm gonna have a kid in 2 months. I wish I could just push a button and get the baggage put away.
It's like 4 p.m. stuff.
I told you.
Please welcome back to the show, Abby Elliott.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
We were, of course, castmates here, right down the hall.
We were.
In Studio 8H.
Yeah.
And when former castmates come back and come out here, sometimes they will tell me they are flooded with memories. Do you find that that's happening?
Yeah, definitely. The last SNL show that I did here, it was Mick Jagger hosting.
Yes.
And I had a sketch that went to dress rehearsal. It was a parody of The Talk, the show,
Yeah, of course.
with Leah Remini. I think it was basically a vehicle for my Leah Remini impression.
Because everybody wanted to see the
clearly.
remedy. Yeah.
And Mick Jagger was playing Steven Tyler. And he turns to me in dress rehearsal and goes, "This is so stupid, man." And I just agreed with him. I don't think he knew I wrote it. And
Sure.
so I was just like, yeah, no, this one's not going to air.
Did you ever have was there an example of a time where a host maybe liked it more than others?
Yeah, there was a sketch I remember that I did. I played like an astronaut, and I was on a spaceship with Jason Sudeikis, and
I remember.
Yeah, and I just kept saying, "You're being a Zach," to Jason, and Elton John was hosting. And so we kind of shoehorned him into the sketch. Like, I think he was playing an alien who was attacking the spaceship. But he loved it. He absolutely loved the sketch, and it was just me for like 5 minutes saying, "You're being a Zach right now." And he like pushed for it, and it got cut, sadly, but like, at the after party, he was like, "I'm just so sad."
I just really like that Elton John was at the show and you're like, I know what he's gonna play.
Yeah,
an alien.
An alien.
Yeah.
It was a late night or late writing night.
I've done worse, trust me. The Bear is such a fantastic show, deserves all the many accolades it's received. It's categorized as a comedy. It is very intense compared to the comedy you were doing on SNL or other sitcoms. When you heard, hey, this is a comedy, we'd love you to audition for it, did you know what you were getting into?
I really didn't at first. I had read the script, obviously, but and auditioned, but you know, I wasn't in the restaurant stuff in the pilot, so like I shot my scene very separately from everybody else. I didn't know that the stakes were as high as they were.
Yeah.
So I kind of showed up and was like playing around and like, oh, should I do a voice? Like, should I do like a catchphrase? Like, I'm Sugar. Don't be a dick.
We were talking when Jeremy was here, he was saying that he has shadowed chefs. Like, he wants to get it exactly right.
Yeah.
Sugar, who you play, you're paying the bills.
Yes.
But you have done the same thing. You have, like, actually sat and hung out with people who manage restaurants.
Yeah, I did. I went to Houston's in Pasadena and I shadowed the GM there. And I mean, it was just a lot of like standing around and, you know, trying food and, you know, looking over paperwork. And on the show, it is actual paperwork that I'm like doing. So it's profits and losses. And, you know, as an actor, like, I don't know how to do any of that. So I just try like my hardest to give myself tasks that aren't just like, you know, checking boxes and crossing things out and looking really stressed out.
It's so funny because I feel like I've read so many articles about like how good like the cooking is just like, it'd be so funny to read an article where it's like, all the math is wrong.
Right, right.
All the Abby Elliott scenes, the math is like crazy wrong. You had a fantastic episode this year. It was a labor delivery episode. It's called Ice Chips. Highly recommended. And Jamie Lee Curtis, who plays your mother.
Yeah.
Basically, the whole scene is the two of you face to face.
Yeah.
You did this right after you gave birth to your second.
Yeah.
So it was like
my
recent
son, yeah.
history. You just had a delivery.
Yeah.
Was that helpful?
He was 8 months, I think. So I had like a little time. But, when I gave birth to him, my mom was in the room, just like Jamie. And she videoed me having contractions.
Give her consent for the videoing?
No, now that you mention it.
Yeah.
So she videoed me having contractions and everything, like the crowning, the ring of fire. Yeah, I think we have a clip. So.
I just like to think that right now, like 1,000 men were like scrambling for a remote.
Yeah.
No! Did
No.
you, have you watched it?
But yes, so that was.
You've gone back and watched
I've
like
gone back-
crowning and.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
For better or worse. Yeah, but that really helped me, get into it and watching, the contractions and just how like that guttural pain, it's so specific, and just trying to emulate what I did IRL.
Do you have a closeness with Jamie Lee Curtis after working with her?
She's just the best. She's so incredible. She's so kind. She sends me like DMs with like toddler hacks all the time, which is like the same stuff that my mom sends me. Like they both have the same algorithm, which like I don't even have. Mine is just like celeb street style, celebs and sambas.
Do you, are you someone who can watch The Bear? Like, I mean, obviously you make it, but like, are you ever curious how it's all cut together?
Yeah, I've watched it. This season, my husband's watching it right now. And so I listen to him watching it. And if I want to see a certain scene, I'll go in, but like, I'm not quite there yet. I need like 30 years. And then, but I watch Vanderpump. And so there's kind of like a mashup, like a Bear mashup that I'm hearing.
That's great. Oh, so you're hearing The Bear while you're watching Vanderpump.
While I'm watching like
That's
Jax.
what they say the best way to watch The Bear is just sound while you're watching Vanderpump.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a show that has been not just embraced by everybody, but specifically the restaurant community. Have you seen a difference when you go to a restaurant? Do you feel that they're excited to have someone from The Bear?
Oh my God, they've been so amazing, and especially in Chicago, just, we're so grateful to them. And, for me, I feel like I have this newfound respect for people that work at restaurants, and they're very great with us and give us free stuff. And but also like it's reversed. Like I have my kids with me and they're throwing crayons and crumbs on the floor. So I am literally down just like picking everything up and like trying to help them, like handing them plates that are.
Because you know how hard it is now. Yeah.
I know how hard it is.
Yeah.
And
Are they ever? Is the manager ever like, hey, you want to come see? I got a new spreadsheet. You want to see the new spreadsheet?
No, that doesn't happen.
Oh, that's probably for the best. Congratulations on everything. It's so wonderful to have you here. You guys, that's Abby Elliott, The Bears streaming Hulu. Be right back with more Late Night.